Ladies and gentlemen, the Spotlight Logan Knight making his way down to ringside. Gunmetal Gray getting the early jump in on his competition. The Velvet Voice Walker Stewart Diamond, James Southern by my side. And James, this is an EPW nuclear warfare qualifying matchup, and this is not how I'm sure Logan Knight expected this match to start off.
It's not how anybody expected it. Of course, friends, Rebel Hearts, brethren, if you will, in Gunmetal Gray and Logan Knight. See, is Christian Temple telling Mike Andrews there?
Well, I'm not too certain, but the bell has sounded and this matchup is underway. And we saw earlier on, Mike Andrews did make his way out to the ring with both Justin Gray and Logan Knight. This has to put the Marvelous One in a precarious situation. Two of his greatest colleagues are going to battle here tonight in Empire Pro Wrestling.
But this match is so important. That's why Gunmetal Gray was trying to get the jump, throw Logan around on the outside, try to get some early damage, because this match is important. He wants to be a part of that nuclear warfare match and get a shot at the Empire Pro title.
And that's what would be on the line, ladies and gentlemen. The EPW nuclear warfare matchup coming up soon in January. Gunmetal Gray now seeing a different side, different moniker for Gunmetal Gray, different form of energy coming out of this competitor here tonight.
Definitely getting that early jump start now, back in control. See this choking now, but trust me, Logan Knight will do the same thing to Gunmetal Gray. Anything he knows, the Rebel Hearts, they live together, they sleep together, they train together, they know every trick in each other's books, and they are more than willing to use those against each other, as we're seeing right now with a vicious chop in the corner.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you, James. Gunmetal Gray and Logan Knight, two the bestest of friends. You've seen them together in the locker room, in the Rebel Hearts' own private locker room. I mean, we've seen them in and around these venues, and the way that these two men interact with each other, they are great friends, but tonight they are turned rivals just for the evening. Gunmetal Gray and the Spotlight Logan Knight, all for an opportunity at the nuclear warfare matchup.
This opportunity means so much to both of these competitors, having held gold here in Empire Pro before, but neither of them have held the heavyweight title, the belt everyone's competing for, and this is their opportunity to qualify for that nuclear warfare match and go on and try to complete their goals.
Gunmetal Gray now. Look at this, clubbing blows to the side of the skull for Logan Knight, even transitioning into the throat and into the chest.
Basically a full frontal assault on Logan Knight, now applying a submission here, trying to choke the life out of the Spotlight.
Trying to do everything that he can, but the Spotlight is burning bright here tonight in Oklahoma City. These fans, they've been on the side of the Spotlight more so recently than I've ever heard before, James, but the methods and motivations, they have not changed for Logan Knight over the course of the past year.
You heard the reaction when he came out. You see the Logan Knight sign on the other side of the ring. These people have really taken a liking to him, but as you said, he's still willing to pull out those dirty tricks when he needs to, and he might have to against somebody like Gunmetal Gray.
Absolutely. It's been a long time since you and I have called the action for Empire Pro Wrestling, and I'm proud to be here right now for Logan Knight versus Gunmetal Gray. Go over the clothesline, though. Meets him with a massive kick from the massive legend. The cover now. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there, says our official for the evening. Once again, only a 1 count.
Gray being very wise there to stay on the attack and stay on top of Logan. Even if he can't get a 3 count, he can make Logan exert that extra energy with each pinfall attempt.
Absolutely, and now just choking the life out of the Spotlight in the ropes. Gunmetal Gray now stalking his opponent, strike to the jaw of Logan Knight, and that can't feel good. It disorients you whenever you take enough of those shots there, James.
Gunmetal Gray said he was going to put out the Spotlight, but it looks like the Spotlight has turned the tables on him.
Oh, going for the chop, evaded though, and Gunmetal Gray meets him with that elbow shot directly to the jaw. Steel jaw of Logan Knight. Going for the cover now, full mount. Only a 2 count there, says our official once more, and you have to wonder what it's going to take to put the Spotlight down for the evening.
You're
if Gunmetal Gray even possibly has it in him here tonight, James.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You're going to have to work extra hard to extinguish the spotlight on a stage like this. There you see some of those classic Logan Knight tricks, trapping Gunmetal Gray in the ropes before delivering that knee. My God.
Absolute brutality, the cover here. But Gunmetal Gray had his hand on the ropes. Logan Knight could have that could have been the knockout blow there. Gunmetal Gray very well may be acting completely on fumes right now, James.
Dazed and confused, the only thing he was able to see was that saving light of the rope.
Now, that front chancer trying to lift him up. Justin Gray, though. Suplex of his own, roll through into the pinning attempt. No.
Just Gunmetal Gray there showing off just with that impressive strength he has. He's put on some incredible muscle mass, and he's putting it to work, muscling the spotlight around.
Right, and you see this guillotine choke maneuver now applied by Gunmetal Gray, and the spotlight trying to do everything that he can to keep from fading. There's a lot on the line. He cannot afford to burn out tonight. Look at this. Driving Gunmetal Gray back into the corner.
This is the opportunity Logan Knight needed in this contest. Gotta stay on top of it, though.
Chop right to the chest of Gunmetal Gray. Logan Knight now creating a little bit of separation with these shots here. But Gunmetal Gray trying to keep that from happening.
Fighting for his life out of that corner. When you're backed into a corner, you've got nowhere to go. You've got to create that separation. Now, Gunmetal Gray has created that, and now he's got a moment to catch his breath and evaluate his gameplay.
Absolutely. Oh, look at this, just these repeated strikes between these two men now. Irish whip from Logan Knight. Up and down, but that is not what Logan Knight could have expected. DDT from Gunmetal Gray, the cover. And only a 2 count. I thought that could have been it, James.
Spiked him right on his head. You saw Logan Knight having to roll through there to try to save some of that compression on his head and neck. That might have been the only thing that saved him from that 3 count.
Absolutely, and it was a fantastic maneuver from Gunmetal Gray. The element of surprise playing into effect with that one. I thought it could have been it, but this match rolls on. An exchanging of blows between both men.
Back and forth, just like this entire contest has been, but a big boot there. Little extra power creating that separation.
Faded out of the way now. Spotlight, dragon suplex.
Beautifully applied that full Nelson lock and then launched him over.
Uppercut now out of the corner of Logan Knight. Big boot, Yakuza style, all the way to Gunmetal Gray.
Returning the favor from earlier.
Logan Knight, he's feeling himself right now, James. Cannonball senton into the corner.
The spotlight has been turned on, and it is shining bright right now.
Ushigoroshi now potentially going for the cover. Yes, he is.
That head and neck driven across the knee of Logan Knight. Bending the neck in such an unnatural way.
And I gotta be honest with you, James. I'm shocked to see that this match is rolling on as it is. After a fireman's carry neck breaker of that variety. I mean, Gunmetal Gray and Logan Knight, they've been put through the ringer here tonight. Something tells me it's only getting started, though.
He's going for it again here.
Could be looking for it. Gunmetal Gray fights out of it.
Into the eyes there. Just out of desperation, anything to keep himself alive.
Beautiful diving knee strike.
Drove that knee directly into the head. Logan Knight's face meeting the mat.
And it was only a 2 count there, says our official. And James, I gotta ask you, if you're in the position of the spotlight here for the evening, what is your strategy? How are you trying to battle back here against Gunmetal Gray, who is on the offense?
We've seen Gunmetal Gray is willing to do anything in this contest, raking the eyes. You've got to play into his game. Anything that Gunmetal Gray can do, Logan Knight feels like, and he's got to prove that he can do better.
Oh, he was going for that Hurricane Rana off the ropes now. Oh, look at this, Logan Knight.
Gunmetal Gray trying to fight him off.
Slingshot power bomb. 2, and only a 2 count.
We were talking about the strength of Gunmetal Gray earlier. Logan Knight has proved consistently he is a powerhouse in that ring.
That maneuver could have been a match ender against any lesser opponent, but Justin Gray is putting up the fight of his life against the spotlight tonight.
He is putting that Gunmetal moniker on display. You can put him through anything, and he still stands tough.
Good God.
Lights out. You heard Logan Knight call for it.
The cover here. And Mike Andrews now, for the first time, we're seeing his involvement in this matchup.
We saw Christian Temple. It looked like he gave some sort of a warning to Mike Andrews. Perhaps Mike has picked his side.
I don't know if Mike has picked a side exactly right now, James. Mike seems like he's doubting his decision at this very moment, and that could have been it. Logan Knight, that bell could have rang. He could have been heading to the pay window and getting ready for nuclear warfare, but instead, Mike Andrews stuck his nose where it didn't belong.
Nobody has kicked out of that lights out yet.
Look at that, fireman's carry driver from Gunmetal Gray. I thought he was going for the cover there. It might have been a smarter decision, but instead, going for the final kill shot.
Dropping that leg right across the head and neck. Continued assault of the neck of Logan Knight.
Wait, when is enough? Gunmetal Gray off the middle ropes, the cover now. And once again, Mike Andrews, his involvement being seen in this matchup. There are no battle lines drawn in the sand here, James.
I thought Mike Andrews seemingly conflicted now with both men here.
I can understand why, but Gunmetal Gray now looking to go back to the wheelhouse. Wait a minute. No. James, no, pile driver on the apron. That is the hardest part of the ring, James Southern.
Where steel and wood and now Logan Knight's neck meet.
And it seems as though Mike Andrews and Christian Temple have come to a slight disagreement.
Handing the selfie stick of Mike Andrews to him, seemingly calling for Mike Andrews to pledge allegiance to Gunmetal Gray.
Well, we said that there weren't any battle lines drawn in the sand, but I think we're seeing some muddy waters. Wait a minute. Gunmetal Gray struck over the head with a selfie stick to cover. And that's it. Logan Knight's going to nuclear warfare.
Look at the bridge. That was a beautiful way to seal this matchup and send the spotlight to nuclear warfare. Look at Mike Andrews.
Christian Temple and Gunmetal Gray, both of these men absolutely incensed at the result of this matchup. And Mike Andrews, I have to imagine that he's doubting himself at this very moment.
He might have just ruined not just one meal ticket. He might have lost both of his meal tickets with the shining wizard to the back of the head. This is uncalled for.
And now this beatdown that's occurring on the spotlight. So we need to get some security out here, James. Something needs to be done about this.
There goes our referee out of the ring, courtesy of Christian Temple. Bodies are flying everywhere.
James, I don't understand. Where did this all come from?
Do it! Do it!
Mike Andrews, he can't, no!
One of Mike Andrews' best friends
One of his closest colleagues, James.
And he's just turned his back on the spotlight.
I cannot believe what we have witnessed here.
I was kicking his ass. You're forgiven this time.
Gunmetal Gray saying you're forgiven this time to Mike Andrews. It seems like even though Mike has picked his side, things might still be a little tumultuous between the Rebel Hearts and Mike Andrews.
You have to imagine so, especially after the way that this matchup ended. What a moment, James. What does this mean for the future of the Rebel Hearts? What does this mean for the future of the Spotlight? He's going to be walking into nuclear warfare completely on his own for the first time in nearly 2 years.
And seemingly a marked man. I have a feeling this is long from over.
Rebel loser! Let's go, Logan! Let's go, Logan! Let's go!
I've given my heart and soul to this company, and I'm like a little punk ass loser like Justin Gray. Take that from me! I am the Spotlight, and after nuclear warfare, God, I might be your new heavyweight champion.